Welcome everyone back to Satisfactory. Xeridox here, and as you can see, we're in the experimental build. This is Satisfactory 1.1, and I talked a little bit in the last episode about possibly putting an elevator into the factory here, and I went ahead and built that jellyvator with the elevator shaft and the little pad at the bottom there. But then, just a little while after that episode, they released the 1.1 trailer, and it had an elevator in it. And as you can see right there in the background in the menu here, there's an elevator. So that's the first thing we're going to focus on in today's episode. So let's get right into it. All right, so let's get in here and find out what we need to unlock. I know it's in the awesome shop. And if I sound a little weird, it's because I've been under the weather. I'm about over it now, but my voice is still going to sound a little strange for the next few days. So just keep that in mind. Aha, it's the architecture tab. Personnel elevator, unlocked by researching the silica in the MAM and the advanced steel production on the hub tier 4. Yeah, it was over here. So that's already been done. Hub tier 4, advanced steel production, which is here in the center. Need 200 of those, so let's grab 200 of those. And then the modular frames, go ahead and grab what we need out of that. Let's put these babies in here right quick and send this thing on its way. All right, so I'm gonna need 10 coupons for that. It's time to go kill some things, isn't it? Also, I know that a lot of these bins are really full, so why don't we take some of the higher tier items, go ahead and put those. Let's grab some of these rotors. Just gonna put some of this stuff. Uh-oh. Can't access that. Fix that in a bit. Let's put a few of these in here. Keep at least one stack on me. All right, and that'll run the standard coupons, standard points down. While that's running, I'm going to go ahead and go kill some things. There's another thing I didn't think about as well, the Xeno Basher. Let's go. Yeah. Take a look at that bad boy. Yeah. Let's go kill some things. Oh yeah, and while we're at it, remember in the last episode I talked about how this was kind of a problem, this thing billowing out all this smoke back here, and now you can just get rid of them after you've taken care of the hard drives. So I'm just going to delete all this junk, clean up the backyard here a little bit. It takes care of that. Aha, here's a couple of unsuspecting customers. Give me your carcass. There's another one. This might be a bigger one. Yep, that's a bigger one. That's for sure a bigger one. Come on. Come on. Yeah, shut up. Come on. There he goes. You're done. Next. Hey, is this another cave? What's that over here? Well, there's a spitter. You're not going to spit for much longer. Well, he's a larger guy too, isn't he? Catch him, tail. Ouch, ouch. What remains from him? Turn my flashlight on so we can actually see what we're doing here. Turn my flashlight off so we can see what we're doing here. Aha! Yeah. Yeah, shut up. Shut up and die. Would anybody else like to taste my Xeno Basher? I like it. Missed me! Oh, you got me anyway. But I got you, it's okay. Just take that. I'm gonna go ahead and disassemble this. What do we have over here? There's a cave. Let's get this slug and find out where the cave goes. This looks a lot like the quartz cave that I remember seeing before on my last playthrough. Is this the quartz cave? Oh, there's the quartz right here. Yep. Ooh, another one. pure quartz. Excellent, excellent. And the SAM, normal. And there should be one more quartz node right over here. If I remember correctly, yes, right there. That was the one I was thinking of. This is actually a normal. But hey, that's giving us a lot of quartz right there. All right, I need to go ahead and mark this. I think I can get like place a miner here and then take a lift right through there, and I won't have to go through the caves and all that. All right, let's put this where it is, facing towards the hub, which is over there, that way. And now let's go do the exact same thing with one of these pure quartz nodes. That'll work. I should be able to take one of these up as high as it'll go there. And if I mark this on the map and zoom in as far as I can, X marks this spot, right? And then what I can do, grab me another one of these. Make sure that's in the right direction. And now I can just go back out of the cave and follow that pure quartz node indicator. And I won't have to run cables and things of that sort through the cave. Ah, there it is. You see it? Oh no, it's one of those things in the way. Ow, there's bunches of them. No. Okay, just gotta stay far enough away where I can get this in there. That's as high up as it'll go. That'll be fine. Before I get too far off here, I want to go ahead and put a couple of power poles and stuff here as well and take the power down into the cave. So we'll take this down. That same place right over there next to that. Now I go back to the cave entrance. Here we go. Yes, just what I wanted. And then while we're at it, might as well run another one over here. I might as well go ahead and get this running upstairs as well, right? Get right over there if I can just get close enough to it. There we go. Right, there's the quartz line. There should be some quartz getting here pretty soon. Then I'll figure out in a few minutes where to actually run it into the factory at. I want to get the SAM, and I believe there's a Caterium node over there en route, so I want to bring that on over as well. All right, and there will be where the SAM ore comes out. Now let's see if I can find that Caterium node and go ahead and bring it over here as well. Oh, I don't have Caterium unlocked yet. Well, couldn't find it on the scanner, but I found the Caterium ore. At some point, I may come along and make it look a lot better and make it an actual bus line and all that. But for now, I just want the stuff getting to my factory and being able to be used right away, you know? All right. I don't actually need these. All right, and I happen to know there's also a sulfur node. I will go and take care of that a little later. Right now, I think I need to go ahead and get these in here. All right, I'm also wanting to get that elevator unlocked, so let's see how much stuff I've got here to turn into proteins. All right, so 67 alien DNA capsules. Let's see how many coupons I get out of this. I've already got 5 in here now, so this is going to be really cool. Yeah, it looks like 17 is going to be what I had to work with. This gives me a personal elevator and an elevator floor stop. All right, so it's time to get rid of the jellyvator. I'm going to go ahead and get rid of all the shaft and everything that goes along with this. Be sure not to get rid of anything else that I don't want to get rid of. And I think that's all of it. Yeah, I don't see anything else up there. All right, and let's see what this looks like. Personnel elevator. Turn it around like this, and then... Oh, I'm gonna need silica. Yep, that's why I need the quartz. All right, let's get back here and get some of that done. I think I'm going to bring the quartz in right back here. So I'm going to put me a conveyor window in. Right there. Yeah, it's going to go through the wire, but oh well. Flip that to an input, and then this should be able to connect to there. Oh, no, that's not the right one. It's that one. Quartz is coming in. Set up me a constructor or two here to take care of the quartz. I'm going to need to change this to silica. Run that straight into there. And let's get ourselves a splitter. Put it right there. Get that out of the way for the time being. And I'll put a temporary container over here just to catch some of this. There we go. They look kind of funny like that. Alright, get some quartz researched here. And now I have access to the crystal oscillator, which requires the raw quartz. Get another constructor going. We'll go ahead and break that. Just gotta do that for the time being. Right, now we got that going. Let's see, we got 150 silica. Alright, so place this thing. We need to rotate it like that. And then you can just run it upwards. So let's go upstairs and see how high up we need to make this thing go for now. Oh, it needs to go up there, doesn't it? Okay, so it should be there. Alright. Now, if I were to attach another one to the top, would it just... Yeah, I guess it would just keep on extending it. Alright. And then each of the floors is going to need one of the floor stops. Hold control and place it there. Okay. Another floor stop. Alright. And one more floor stop here. There we go. Now we are wired up, ready to go. It's got elevator music and everything. Okay, so you come in and then you hit whichever button you want to go to. And then if you... Okay, so... Yeah, if you look down here, you can edit the floor info. And you can change the elevator music to other different types of elevator music. So whichever one you want to choose, it seems there's quite a few of them here. Kind of like this one. Very slow and chill. Okay, so you can edit each one of these. I'm just going to change them all to their respective floor names. So now you come up to it and you can just E on whichever one you want to go to. Let's go to the top. The door closes and up you go. All right. Uh-oh. That one didn't quite go far enough. I'm stuck. Hopefully that fixed it. If not, we'll stop back in. Call the elevator. Here it is. Yeah, they still have them. Okay. Yeah, this one's been changed, however. Figured that might happen. I was worried it would change the entire thing, though, and I'd have to redo everything. It'd be really bad, especially if you were adding some more floors on, you know? Let's go to number 1 now. It doesn't waste any time, does it? It closes that door and sends you down. I like it. I really like it. Should I leave it like that, or should I put the walls back in? Like, just on this level. I think that looks a little better for this room. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and get this crystal oscillator research done, because I think, if I remember correctly, we need that for lighting. And to get the explorer, of course, and several other things, including the material resonance screening. That's the priority merger. Oh, yes, there's another thing I haven't looked at yet. Let's see here. Let's say I wanted to just grab something off of this lift coming down right here. And we can access the splitter, and we can now have vertical splitters. So vertical splitters are a thing now. Look at that. People have been asking for that for a very long time. I don't have an immediate use for it, but I'm sure I will soon. And we now have access to the signs. We need to unlock the quick wire. That's the Caterium. What do I need for that right quick here? Caterium. Haven't even started this research tree yet. Are you kidding me? I think I have some Caterium over here. Yeah, there's 45 here. Let's get that started, because that is a whole other research tree we need to get done. Lots of important stuff in there. And we need to get some more Caterium going on here, so let's go ahead and store some of this Caterium. Might be a good idea to go ahead and put the Caterium on the next floor up, which will be right up there. So let's just run this on back. And now let's use the new elevator to go up to the mezzanine. I love it. I love it. Now, I don't want to close off this entire floor. This is supposed to be an open sort of floor, but I'm definitely going to make use of some of the flooring around here. So, I need some walls to come up here, because falling off sucks, as we remember from an earlier episode. And the Caterium is that one, right? Yep. That one I think I'm going to bring in over here. So let's put a conveyor wall right there. And take care of that. All right, we now have Caterium ingots being smelted. Now let's place a constructor right afterward. So what we're going to do next is get the quick wire going. And set this to produce quick wire, which we can't do just yet. We don't have it unlocked. I gotta wait. I'm just gonna break that for the time being. Let it build up in here. Once that's done, and then I'll get the quick wire researched, and then we can get some lighting unlocked finally. All right, got one in need for that. Let's get the quick wire unlocked. All right, look at this. Lighting. These put out light as well, but this is the only one that really lights up a whole space really big. I think I'm gonna go with the floodlights for the time being. And while I'm here, I might as well use those other 2 coupons up for something good, right? Like maybe the wall hole, and I believe also with the conveyor wall mount. Let's just buy all that stuff there. For now, let's get it back over here and get the quick wire started. Quick wire. Connect that up. I believe I wanted to go ahead and throw this stuff in here. It's not going to give very much, I don't think. I do want to kind of fix this up, though. Let's see here. I can get these small pillars. Maybe sit this in here, kind of like that. Okay, and maybe one of these low barriers. And maybe a wall on top here. Let's bring this back one. I think that looks all right. Still see the little light on the inside when I come up to it. Oh, I don't need to go up here. The quartz is over here. Right here, this machine should be loaded full of it. Yes. Make more now. Elf. Gets that unlocked. Alright, now let's see what we can do to build a light here. Oh, we're going to need the encased industrial steel beam, which I don't have any of those building just yet. For that, we have got to expand the steel plant. So let's just go over there. Just gonna hop out the back of the building here. And head in that general direction. And we're here at the steel plant. Let's, definitely going to build another floor onto this. So you'll walk in here, be able to walk straight up here, get this out of the way. Walk into there. Make another gate hole wall here. Next floor up, though, needs to be way up there. So, there we go. Yeah, I'm gonna overlook this area as the truck's coming in. I'll put some glass here later on, and it'll look pretty cool, right? Put one of these here, but we'll take it and move it into the wall slightly like that. Another one there. Come here. I'm gonna turn that over there. Okay. There, and one there, and then I'll change this to be one of the little side doors. I think he's coming up. Yeah, there he comes. And the door opened. All right. Not perfect, but it works. Yeah, right. Game my back over here for some of the concrete, and also want to go ahead and get this Curium electronics researched. Right. That gets us closer to the smart splitter, which is something I definitely need. I've got enough to do that right now. Zip lines is another thing I'm going to want pretty soon. Let's get that knocked out. I'm going to definitely need to start getting the copper chain in place here pretty soon. Why are you here again? I fired like 10 of you guys now. Leave me alone. Can't believe I didn't get the copper started up a long time ago, actually. You didn't release anything. Cool. Die. So we got a copper node here, copper node here. Are these normal or pure? This is a normal. This is a normal. The jet's just fun with me. I think there's another one. And this is another normal. All right. And we'll have another building kind of similar to that one. We're doing copper, and we'll run it into this side of the building instead. So I'm going to get the copper started back up as soon as I finish the other thing I was working on, which is the encased industrial beams over at steel plant. And another thing I got to get working on is that next space elevator phase. So many things to do. I seem to remember this place being more efficient from my last playthrough. Hang on a second. That's right. There's a whole nother iron node over here I could be using. All right, let's get to using it then. We also now have the ability to not only do straight belts, as I showed you before. That's not quite going to work there. But we can also do curve belts. So take a look how that's going to do. It's going to curve with a nice smooth curve and go right in there. And it didn't used to do that before. We've always had the tighter curves, but now we've got these nice gradual curves. All right, continuing on here, we got the new miner set up over here. Go ahead and close all the stuff in with some walls. Yes, these are the ones that take concrete that I'm going to need from that node I opened up right over there and brought over here already. So that's pretty much ready to go. Got a second floor here for bringing up the industrial beams. Right there, I'm going to plug them into one of these holes each, and then the concrete on the other ones. Okay, so I took down a couple of trees back here. You got to see this. This is really cool. One of the new changes in this update. Switch this to single mode. Cut down one of these larger trees here. Hehehe. That's too cool. I'm going to have fun with that. All right, so there we go. I got the upstairs done now. So we have, well, not done. I mean, there's still, ceilings and walls missing, but it's functional. That's the important part. We got the limestone coming over here, being changed into concrete, going into these mergers, coming around and splitting back off into here. And we got the industrial steel beams coming up through there and going right into here. Actually, this is supposed to be getting steel beams. It is getting steel beams, right? No, it's getting ingots. Oops. Got to fix that one. Yeah, like I said, these are bringing in steel beams on this side, right? Yeah, nope, those are pipes. Those are not steel beams. Stop it. So yeah, like I said before, this is going to be getting steel beamed right here. I still saw a couple pipes go up there. Dang it. Steel beams, concrete. Make encased industrial beams. Yes. All right, we're finally getting somewhere now, I think. The only problem is these beams are not coming up here nearly as fast as I would like, so go back downstairs, see if I can't make it go faster. And then once they get done making the industrial steel beams, they're just going to come back down here and merge right there. Get put in here, and we'll take them over there and we'll separate them later. That would look better if there was one of these here. So yeah, I completely rebuilt the bottom of this too. Well, I didn't rebuild all of these, but all of these over here, I put all of these in new, and I went ahead and took advantage of that other iron node over there. So both of those are converging together, going into here, and everything is working smoothly, I hope. And why are you growing in here? Go away. That was a really big plant. So yeah, now we have a fully functional steel plant. And I gotta say, I am loving these new camera controls. They need to be a little smoother, I think. It's still a little jerky. But I mean, it's a new feature, so I'm sure they will improve it as time goes on. I also went ahead, you'll see there's a conveyor running right here. I went ahead and made use of one of the new vertical splitters. And since we have a lot of plates, I went ahead and split some of those off, come over here and go into the sink. And since we have a lot of concrete coming in, I also split some of that off. It's not worth a lot, but it will keep this constantly going. And I've got 4 coupons in here already. So, and I also made sure that this was also connected in, so we'll be getting a constant amount of coupons, though a small amount for right now, but at least something will be going. And if I happen to leave the game running for a while, all that will build up. And if you haven't been paying attention to the top right hand of the screen much, I do have some of the smart plating running here. Yeah, let's see what I've got on the industrial steel beams here. Should be something. Yeah, there's 11. Well, that's really going to help, isn't it? Bring me more. So I went ahead for the time being and changed all of these going that way. So we're concentrated on making the encased industrial steel beams, because I've got lots of steel beams over at the main factory right now, so I really don't need that at the moment. You see all these machines here, they need 18 steel beams a minute. And the concrete, they're not getting their concrete. That's one issue here. Why are we not getting enough concrete here? Oh, you know what? I disconnected that, didn't I? I sure did. Well, we're going to fix that right quick. Should make these right around here and connect to that. That'll take care of that issue. I really need a faster way to get back and forth. I think I am going to go ahead and knock out these other two things here, the Fix-It Blueprints and the Logistics Mark III. So let's go ahead and select that. We'll get the parts, knock that out. There's that one. And Logistics Mark III. And done. And Logistics Mark III is going to give us Conveyor Belts Mark III and Lifts Mark III. And that means we can go upstairs here and get some upgrades done. And so I'm going to upgrade all of these conveyors and their lifts with Mark III now. That'll get things moving a little more swiftly around here. Yeah. Yeah, it's just coming in here super fast. Well, faster anyway. It'll be super fast when we get to, like, you know, Mark 6 belts. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and upgrade the limestone miner over here to a Mark II. Also got everything down here upgraded as well, so this thing's going as fast as I can for the time being. Hey, what's going on over here? Why are you red? You don't have power? Go. And I need a way into this, so I'm going to put me a little stairway right here and a door. I think that's a pretty good call, right? Nope, I didn't need one down there. There we go. And once I get to windows unlocked, I'll go ahead and like fill this place in a bit better. Right now, I'm not too concerned with it. This over here looks nice though, right? And I'm going to go ahead and get the expanded power infrastructure selected. I don't have enough stuff for it yet. I got a little bit. I'll go ahead and put that in there. And I've got enough of the encased industrial steel beam. Just need to grab up some more modular frames and wire. Yeah, right. Not a problem. Got that together. And right now, we have the power towers. These are awesome. I mean, check these things out. They're huge, and they carry power a very long distance. And you can actually climb up here on top. And what's really cool about these, let me put another one up there someplace. Connect them together. All right, and now... Hang on a second. I forgot to build something here. We have the zip line, which I need to build another Xeno Zapper for. And with the zip line, what we can do is once we crawl up here to the top of one of these towers, you can just... Oh, let me try that again. I forgot how to use it. So once you get near one of these things, you can just jump over here onto the... I missed it again. Here, I'll try this one over here on the right. Maybe I'm right-handed, you know? Can you jump onto this? Yeah, there we go. Then you can just zip over to the other zip line and fall off and get hurt like I did. But so we can use that and the zip lines to travel long distances in a short amount of time. I hate how orange it gets in the morning time. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to build a power tower right back here and build it over towards the steel plant to make it a little easier to get over there, right? But I think that's the center. Then you just build yourself a little platform around it like this. That way you don't fall off quite as easy. And I'll actually get a stairway or something up here right quick. Take your power line, put it on top of that. And as long as you have it where it doesn't turn too sharply, you can actually curve off of that. Hop onto this right quick. Jump so that I land. Okay. I'll land it on the ladder. I'm fine. And then take another one of these. You are in the way. Yeah, get out of here. Okay, so I went ahead and put the power tower right there and move the door over into this corner. Now I just need to connect those two up. Go here to there. And now I should be able to get where I want to go. Alright, and then this should just continue on all the way back over to the main building. Yes, very good. That's pretty cool right there. Now we've got a fast way over to that. And around the outside of this, we'll just put one of the railings. I don't know. Better test this and see. Because if your feet happen to collide with something, you will just fall right off. So let's see if that's actually going to work. Yep, right outside of it. You can jump off this anytime, by the way. Switch directions and everything, so it's pretty cool. Alright. You guys keep getting in here. How do you keep getting in here? I know you're not small enough to walk through one of these gates. I'm not going to have it here. And so the other only thing left to do on this tier is the hyper tubes. I'll go ahead and select that milestone. I can in here. Oh, I'm gonna have to get the copper sheets going. The copper's gonna have to get going now, or I'm not gonna be able to get anywhere unless I manually make everything, and I prefer not to do that. So copper is going in right now. But before we can put the copper in, we're gonna have to fill in that floor. So let's get to it. There we go, a nice big open floor. And I'm going to bring copper in the same way I brought it in, same way I brought iron in on the other side. I'm going to bring it right through here, so you're going to have to go, and you're going to have to go. Okay, so now I got a smelting facility over here, which is just the twin of that side to keep things symmetrical. Now this one is actually a mining and smelting facility. This one is not going to be a mining facility because the ore nodes are actually over here, and there's another one way over there. So this is more just for looks to keep it symmetrical. I know you are not thinking about going into my factory. Get. What was I coming in here for? Oh yeah, I need to get some pipe. Yes, pipe. That's what I need. I go ahead and upgrade these to Miner Mark II. I don't have enough modular frames. And go ahead and upgrade both of these to Miner Mark IIs. Let's see here, what does that actually get me? 120 out of each of these, so that'll be 240. Here we go. Oh yeah. Send it, baby. Send it. Each of these smelters needs 30 copper ore per minute. And there are 6 here, so that's 180, so there's enough copper ore coming in to take care of them. And they're putting out 30 copper ingots each. So that's 180 copper ingots going right down this line here to feed into here. We're going to start making some wire right away. Got quite a few of these. 4 of them are currently feeding into 2 of these to make cables. So for now, I'm going to go ahead and put in 1 extra machine down here, seeing how getting 180 ingots. These all take 30 apiece. And what we're going to do with this is we're going to change this over to copper sheet. And that actually only needs 20 per minute, so we're fine there. All right, got the 3 of those hooked up and now going into storage containers. I see you're still down here. Get out of my factory. Smack. There you go. Just like that. Just like that. Yeah. Bye. I've got 18 coupons to spend. I think I'm going to grab up the structural beam pack, the new beam expansion pack, which gives us access to the round concrete beam, an H-beam, and a shelf beam. The structural cable pack, which is going to give us braided cable, a braided cable cluster, and the beam supports and things of that sort. Definitely need to get these concrete foundations and concrete walls opened up, and that'll be the other 6 right there. Let's go for that. Rounded concrete beam. All right. Freeform, so we can make it whichever direction I want to make it. That's pretty cool. So just to slap one of these in here and see what it looks like. Hey, look at that. All right. And then we have the cables. Ooh, that's smaller than I thought it was going to be. For some reason I had it in my head it was going to be a lot bigger than that. I was kind of thinking put some kind of beam like that in here. And then we'll take one of these wall-mounted lights and attach it to each side, facing straight down. Like that. And see if we can't light this room up. Let's Can I get the power to run right through there? Yeah. Connect it to that, and then we'll connect that. I want that to just go through the wall. Can we do that? Yeah, right. And then we'll just connect this to one of these. And that gives some light in here. That's bright. Yeah, that right there. I need 2 more coupons to get the light control panel unlocked, and then we can control just how bright these are. But for now, that really lights this room up. Too bright, I think. Now, let's take a look at putting a different kind of foundation in here, right? Which you need to go into the customizer and under materials for that. Concrete foundation, and let's just paint this. Here we go. Nice concrete foundation. Yay, something different. The coated concrete foundation is much more interesting, I think. I'll be putting that in here at some point, but right now that looks quite a bit better. Now let's place some of those up here somewhere. It's getting dark in the factory, especially on this floor. This floor is really dark, especially at night. Go put one over here. Facing that way, and then we'll just connect it to one of these power things here. There we go. And we'll keep that in mind. I'll probably have to put some more of those in here. Yeah, all right, got the coupons I needed for that light control panel. Let's get that. Oh, going to need those things. So let's make 3 of these up right quick. Where to put this thing? I think I will just stick it right here someplace. Okay, so I decided instead of right there to go ahead and put it over here. This will be like my electrical room. I'm going to have the electrical switch here later on for turning power on and off instead of that little wire. And for now I have the light control over here. And it's going to be going on to a wire that is one unit higher than the other power wire. So this is power. This is going to be light power or light control. So you come over here, you control this, and we're going to bring that intensity down quite a bit. Let's go over about there. And I'm going to come over here to this and edit this to be a little more closer to an incandescent looking color, maybe about there. And let's see what that looks like in here now. That's still too bright. 34% intensity. I'm not totally sure about the color. Let's try modifying this color just a bit again. Give it a bit more orange. Because white is not really, that's not what lights look like. I think that's about the color I'm looking for. So as you can see here, I have completely redone, well, I've added 2 anyway, not redone. All the storage containers are still in the same place, but the storage area now has some beams and some pillars and things here to kind of make it look a little neater. And here I'm going to have a central point, a hallway going that way, and a hallway going that way, and some more storage, I think, going around that way. Put some walls in here right quick. At least declare my intention to expand in this general direction. Anyway, I've got this going here. Kind of smoothed out the corners over here. I don't know if you can see that or not. I'll turn on the flashlight just to make sure. And then one beam on the bottom there is slanted, one on top slanted. Trying to keep it so that I can still see those little lights on each one of them. And then just some pillars in the middle. And then I went ahead and upgraded this area to look the same. Alright, and now that I got all of these copper sheets, I can go ahead and finish off tier 4. See ya later. Now I have access to hypertubes. And hypertube, got an entrance, a support. We got the new hypertube junctions and the new hypertube branch. This is going to be interesting, right? Yep, it's going to be fun messing with this stuff later on. Machine set up here to take care of the versatile framework. I'm going to set up another one. And the automated wiring is going to need a stator and 20 cable to make each wiring. Doesn't really have to be organized, it's just a temporary solution. I didn't put that in the right direction. Alright, so let's let me go grab some cables right quick, put that in there. Takes care of that. I'll just go make some stators right quick. Before I do that though, I'm just going to call my elevator down here, just so I can listen to the nice elevator music. There we go. Listen to that while I make my stators. Alright, stators. So what I need to do is go ahead and put a merger in down there. There we go, a nice curve belt. Seal that back in, and then I'll jump over here and do the same thing again. We'll see what that looks like from the outside. Whee! It's gonna hurt. Look at that, all those are already going. And here comes one of the automated wirings, just in time for the party. Ooh, hey, look, there's 3 more coupons in here. I'll take those. Now, let's see what kind of awesome stuff I can unlock now with a basic shelf unit. Let's check this out. Let's just build one of these right quick. Look at that. All right. So I guess I need to start working on building a warehouse now. Question, can I make a floor out of this just for, you know, just because? Let's just take a little look here, see what I can do with this. Get in and it won't get in there. All right, well, what if I... Here we go. I guess that would work as a floor if you really wanted to do it that way, but I don't think it looks that great. Not as a floor, anyway. And if I put one of the pieces of concrete inside it, nah, definitely do want to put some storage things somewhere, though. I don't know where exactly, but maybe I'll get some ideas later. You know what? I'll put one over here just for looks, right? There we go. And then I'll put one over here just in case. 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 Just in case There we go. Now we got some shelves to just kind of decorate the place with. I've just noticed that my maximum consumption is way over my capacity, so I need to get over there and take care of that. Now that I've got a power line going over to the steel plant, I need to go ahead and get one going up to where the coal generators are as well. I guess I should have made this thing over here. That way I could just, you know, you could slide on by and keep going up to the power area. Well, that's not too hard to fix. Sometimes you gotta do the little half nudges to get it in just the right spot. There we go. And that should easily tie back on to the other power tower. Wire is too long. What? Must have grabbed the wrong thing. Don't tell me wire is too long. There we go. Now I can put my little door back in the center. That is not in the right place. No. There we go. All right. Let's take another power tower. I'm going to put it way over there. Going up that way. Yeah, man, give me a spot. Put one there, I guess. On to the next one. Nope, no, that's not what I want to do. Now, I don't know if this will go to the top of the mountain or not, but we're going to find out. Oh, wire is too long here. Okay. So what I'm going to do, go down about right here and build a little section just off to the side here. Never mind the fact that these are clipping through the floor. It'll be fine. Build another power tower up here. Power with a platform. And this one doesn't have to be exactly right in the center, but I like to put it in the center. See, if you grab it from down here, it's only going to grab the bottom of the power line. We want to grab the top, so make sure you're grabbing it way up there. Excellent. And now we're going to do the same thing again, only going to the top of the mountain. And then we can just climb up here. Should be able to get, oops, I just screwed up. Dagnabbit. I really need to get to the jetpack stage. I think I might live here. Oh, just barely. Let's eat something. This is why you collect all the nuts. Okay, let's try this again. It's going to smack me right into the rock, but I'm fine. I'm fine. Ow. Let's go ahead and upgrade this miner over here as well. Make it a Mark II. There we go. And now this is sending out to 40 per minute. 8 of these does 120. That miner is now putting out 240, so it can actually do a coal plant twice the size right now. I am thinking, though, that I would like to put the rest of them over here. I don't yet have the Nobelisks unlocked. I bet I won't be able to build through where that slug is right now. Nope. So I want to go ahead and break that open. That way I can just make this place the right way the first time. You know, that's after I put, you know, this big platform over here for me to do something on, and now I'm not going to bother doing anything. Well, I might put something there later on, I don't know. Oh, hey, there's a hard drive over here. Needs 120 megawatts. 120 megawatts, you say. Just don't know how in the world I can possibly manage that right now. Uh-oh. Maybe I can't manage that right now. I don't know. Maybe I've already screwed it up beyond repair. Yep. I'm gonna have to get that opened up right there. So back to base I go. We're not gonna fall off this time, are we? I did have a sulfur node unlocked, and I had the sulfur coming in over here and making my Nobelisk and everything, and then I had a computer crash. So I'm gonna have to go over there and get it. There it is. We're way down there. Okay. It's just water down here, right? Bonsai! Okay. The cool thing is, even if the power is off, you can still zip right up one of these power lines. Alright, so I've got the sulfur node tapped with power running to it. There's no reason for me to have to run all the way back when I can just build a ammo here and get it done. There's that. And now I'm going to have to bake some black powder right fast. Black powder. Alright, and there's that. Some more interesting things coming up down here. A cluster obelisk. And I don't know what all else. They got the rifle. We'll be interested in that too. Not just yet though. One thing at a time. Now let's get some obelisk built. Now from the base, I'm going to go ahead and make another line going out to another power tower, and then on over to where the sulfur is, because the sulfur is right over there, as you can see by the compass on the top of the screen. And my game crashed. So here I am building my obelisks again. Here I am building my power tower again. All right, we got down here, no problem. They really need one that'll go all the way down to the ground. And here we go. Well, let's not have a crash this time. What do you say? All right, so that works. I'm just going to go right back now. Uh-oh, what the heck happened? Oh, I am actually hitting... I'm actually hitting that. Okay, just take that one out. That ought to be plenty enough, right? Well, it looks like I'm going right into this tree. Yep, I'm going to have to take that one out. It's chainsaw time. Actually, I have a better idea. Instead of that, why don't we just go ahead and use an obelisk, seeing how I have some. Oh, I can't put them right there. That's right, I need to build the detonator. I'm a dummy. Well, for now, I'll just go ahead and chainsaw this thing down then. Meant to do area mode. I was in single mode. At least it doesn't destroy my buildings. That would be bad. Alright, I think that clears that. Now I'll just get back over here and finish building the conveyor over, and then head back over and get the power turned back on. Sulfur into that particular window of the factory there. There we go. Let's actually get in here and build the obelisk detonator, because you can't just use the obelisks by themselves. No, so I'll put this over here in my hand. Yeah. It's floating away. I really should have made this a better landing. Ouch. I'm fine. You know how I said we should have this near the ground? Thanks to vertical nudging, that is now possible to do. Now I've got plenty of room to build. I may have to like disconnect the main line out of here for the time being, just so I can get everything over here running. That would be that one. Once this gets stabilized, we should have 1.2 gigawatts. I now have a smart splitter, which is going to allow me to set things to go in specific places. So I would like the steel beams to continue to go into this container. over on the left, I want the steel pipe. And over on the right, I want the encased industrial beams. That way, all three of those items coming in from the truck station there will be split off into pipes, beams, and encased beams. So here's something I just discovered. I'm going to remove this part of the floor. I do have access to the blueprints right now, and I brought some blueprints over from another save. I've got this one, which is an underlit grating. Now, here's the thing. It uses signs, and I don't have the signs unlocked. I've got it unlocked here, but I don't have the coupons to buy them. But if I go to my blueprints and I use this particular grating here, hold control, it'll snap right into place here. That's actually the red underlit. That's a very interesting looking thing there. But yeah, it's using the signs, even though I don't have the signs unlocked. I do have to have these crystal oscillators in order to build them, which I have those unlocked. But if I didn't have that, I wouldn't be able to build these at all. Let me put the other underlit one in here. This one is not red, so should just light the area up nicely here. Look at that. And the grating is, of course, it's made of the railings. I've got the railings just sitting down, and there are lots of them crossing each other and everything. And then the signs just below it. So I think that looks pretty cool like that. I wonder if I should just take this and continue it on through the storage area. I think I like that idea. I like the way it looks. We really need a grating texture. I mean, we have, you know, we've got this grating, but you can't see through it. And I don't know. Now, you can't see through this one right now because the lights are there. But I do have one that you can see through. I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll put one of them right up there. It's gonna look a little weird on the side right there, but I can cover that up with a wall or something. There we go. You can see through this one. All the way down there, and there you see the conveyor and the stuff running along it. Wall that off so it looks a little more right. Yeah, there we go. Got a grating up here. I mean, this is the kind of floor that you would want to have gratings all over, you know? The mezzanine. I don't know if it would be a good idea to have a bunch of these up here, though, because there is a lot of parts making this. And I don't want to slow my game down, you know? I'll let this run while I went and eat supper, so 10 coupons, all right. Now I can unlock those big signs. Awesome shop, billboard sign, buy now. I can also take out those other lights and replace them with these big billboard signs and do them the same color. And that'll light this whole room up quite evenly. That looks pretty good, I think. I do need to change these walls, though, so well, let's just see what we can do about that right quick here. Over to the customizer, materials, and concrete walls. Let's just see what this looks like. All right. Now this room is concrete. I'm not sure if I completely agree with that. I'm definitely going to have to go back and do a little bit of decorating here, but that's definitely different. I think it needs like some stripes or something around it. It's all dark outside right now. I need to put some more of these signs around here, though. Nice thing is, though, they don't require any power, but I'd like to try putting them like way up high, like up there, and see if they will light the floor down here or not. Just see how far away the light can actually reach, because I actually don't know. Man, it's bright in here when you first walk in. May have to tone down the brightness a bit on those. Okay, so now this belt here is starting to get backed up a little bit. See, we got some pipes and a bunch of beams. They're all backed up on here. So I'm going to redo this and set up the smart splitter, because it has an overflow option on it, and it will send all the extra stuff. And I think we'll put a merger or something right along here and take the extra stuff that we don't need to the awesome sink. Okay, so all these have smart splitters on them now, and the way we're going to do this, I'm going to have all of the other belts up there and merging together, and then they're going to go into this side right here. Here we have iron plates, so The left output here is going to have iron plates. The middle is going to be overflow. And then the next one be the iron rods. So we'll configure this the same way. We put iron rods in here, overflow in the center. Each one of these will take the item that we have here and put it into the storage container. Everything else, including any extras, when this gets full like it is right now, it's just going to keep sending everything on. And then this one will take iron rods, put it in the storage container. Everything else, including the extras, will keep on going. And we'll keep on going all the way around until we meet back up on this side over here. We'll do the same thing over here. And then all the extra stuff will be going right into the sink. I said I was going to wait, but everything is getting really backed up here. I'm going to go ahead and get this moving. So just going to connect that up. Everything should start moving through there quite swiftly. Even more swiftly once I get some more upgraded belts. Here come the first overflow items. Into the sink we go. Yeah, right. The concrete is now merging right in there. Yeah, we're just going to have to work around the elevator because I'm not moving it. And honestly, I don't think any of this needs to be here. I think instead we need to use the railing. Everything down here should be able to be viewable from the mezzanine. Otherwise, it defeats the purpose of a mezzanine. All right, and then we're going to bring these machines and bring them over here as well. I had to cut off all the copper production for the time being because I've got so much of it, and the concrete production. They're still kind of producing, but I've stopped the conveyor from going all the way into here because there's so much stuff going in there that I can't get hardly any of the other products in. So I may have acted a little prematurely on setting up what's called the sushi belt, but it's making things look a lot neater around here anyway. So this one right here is splitting off the steel beams. Put another steel beam on this side. And we're going to split that off and take it over here. One right here. And then one into here. And then we'll get some steel beams coming along there. So at some point there will be some steel beams come along here. I should have just maybe split them off over here instead. Here they come. They'll make it around there eventually. Yeah, all right, there we go. And it'll keep the versatile framework machine running here until we're done, because as you can see at the top right-hand corner of the screen, versatile framework's all we got to complete the space elevator phase 2. Okay, here's a little glitch. Doesn't appear to be connected right there, but the parts are still going into the hole. If they weren't, they wouldn't be getting down there, so that's just a little weird. That's right, dropped all the parts into the hole. Very good. Part go in the hole, another part go in the hole, all the parts go in the hole. And go ahead and give this machine its modular frames too. I was just putting them in a container, but I mean, now that I've got smart splitters, I might as well do it this way. I had to turn these signs way down on their settings too, because it's so bright. I like the looks of this though. Also discovered just one of those big billboard signs really lights a large area up. I mean, take a look at upstairs here. I was going to light them all up here, but I mean, one of them does so much light. I really need to move that one over here into the center somewhere, maybe another one over here, a couple more that way, and that'll probably light the entire this entire side of the factory up. Did a little decorating down here. I put some stripes along the wall, recolored some things here and there. Not a whole lot, but just to make it look a little more interesting, and repainted the floor. I decided to go with the small billboard light instead. It doesn't put out as much light, but for this particular area, it looks great. And then I put one up on that next floor, up on the mezzanine, shining through here. I think that looks pretty cool. And over here, I got the large billboard light right in the center of this area. At least I think it's in the center. It puts out so much light. It's just crazy. I really like that. And then I did the same thing over here on this side. And of course, we got this with the lighting underneath there. Those are also the small billboard signs. And then I also I went ahead and put some of the smaller ones up here as well, because I could put more of them, and it looks like an actual row of fluorescent lights. So I'll probably do some more of those along there. I don't know. Still kind of undecided on that, but it's really making the place look a lot better, I think. And AI limiters are now being produced right here. We'll have plenty of those whenever I need them. Never mind the extremely long belt running down here. We like long belts though, don't we? I guess this needs to be hooked back up for the time being. That's right, back to work. Got to keep these assembly lines running. I think it's time to finish sealing this building in. It'll be a big box, for right now, but I'll get to decorating it a little later on. I think a concrete building is a good idea. So here we go. This thing has been in the wrong place for I don't know how long. Under this foundation instead, not over there. Let's see, where do we stand on the outside here? Oh, look, missed that one. You know what? I think I'm going to take that out though. And that'll give a nice little metallic edge around there, because I know that's right where the floor is, right? Yup. Yeah, I think I'm going to do that all the way around. Alright, so that looks looking pretty good right there. Oh, I missed a doorway inside that building over there. And I missed the doorway in that building over there, but, it's coming along. I think it looks pretty nice. Definitely need to add some windows and lights and things. Phase 2 of the elevator tier is now completely unlocked. Let's see what we're going to get now. Phase 2 of the construction dock. All production, railway, transportation, jetpack, and many more. New exciting features in tiers 5 and 6. Now we're going to make versatile framework again, the modular engine, and the adaptive control unit. That'll get us ready for phase 3. More of the orbital platform built. More traffic going around up there. I can really zoom in with this. And so in the next episode, we're going to start, oh, look at that jetpack. I was just talking about needing one of those. So we'll have that going on. Old processing will be coming up. Logistics Mark IV, faster conveyor belts and lifts, and we'll have access to the truck. fluid packaging, and petroleum power. The fuel power generator. That's going to generate a lot more power than the coal. And then, of course, we'll be doing a tier 6 probably in the episode after that. I don't know if we'll get through all of tier 5 during the next episode or not. We'll try, because as we go on, each tier it takes a little bit longer to get things together. In the next episode, I'm going to get windows unlocked, start putting some windows in this place, some more lighting, some more decorative stuff. Join me back here next time. Be sure to hit that like and subscribe button. God bless, and I'll see you next time.